You are listening to chartingwealth.com for Tuesday, the 17th of July, 2018. Sorry for any background noise. We are traveling again today, but putting this show out to you as best we can. We also have prepared and had trouble at the hotel uploading the short chart trading special video that we've done for everyone who's purchased the book. As soon as I can get it uploaded, I'll send you the email with the link to it, but it is recorded and ready. And we appreciate your patience. Let's jump into the market. Everything down for the day. We'll start with the S&P 500. S&P 500 now, again, the Heiken Ashi candlestick for the week. It's the first day of the 5-day candle is up. And we see that the derivative oscillators pretty much flat, maybe gaining a little bit of momentum. The price percent oscillator is still headed up. And again, it's just the first day of the week. Market down. That's the S&P 500 down 0.09% on the so far for the week, and of course for the day on Monday. We see on the 2-day chart derivative oscillator gaining momentum. This is the first day of the latest 2-day candle, but we sort of see a topping possibly taking place here, where things are topping somewhere around the 179.30 mark. So keep your eye on things on that 2-day chart. Derivative oscillator gaining momentum. Price percent oscillator still heading up. Not quite as strongly as it had been, but that still looks good. Now, what we saw on that 2-day chart, we really see it here on the 4-hour chart. The derivative oscillator losing momentum. Price percent oscillator flat, maybe headed down a little bit. And again, what we had was a down morning with some indecision, down afternoon with some indecision, things topping out again around that 179.30 mark. So keep your eye on things. We'll watch the S&P 500. We again don't want to be fooled by anything that is going on. But of course, that's where we are on the S&P as we jump into Monday. What do we see going on the Qs? That's the NASDAQ 100. Again, it's a confirmed up move on the weekly chart. Derivative oscillator for the start of the week's lost a little bit of momentum. Price percent oscillator still heading up on that weekly chart. We have a green open box candle. We look at the 2-day chart. We see, again, going into 4 up candles, just the first day of the latest, but we had that 2-day crossover on the Qs, which is nice. And again, derivative oscillator gaining momentum, price percent oscillator heading up. What do we see on the 4-hour chart? Well, of course, again, we see it starting to roll back a little bit. Derivative oscillator losing momentum, price percent oscillator also headed down. Now, that is the pullback that we want to see so that it crosses over going down, and then once it crosses back over going up, we have a jumping in point. So again, keep your eye on things. We may be setting up with our traditional method of jumping in to a move like this. So we'll continue to monitor, see what we see, keep you posted throughout the week. That's where we are on stocks. Let's go from that to bonds. Now, bonds down for the day. The 20-year bond, TLT, 20-year bonds down 0.42%. Started the week off with a red spinning top open box. So again, it does show some indecision, tending more down than up. Derivative oscillator losing momentum. Price percent oscillator not heading up the same angle, but still heading up. We look at the 2-day chart. What do we see? Well, we see the 2-day chart actually moving over, heading down. We have a hammer there. So again, we've got some down movement on that 2-day chart for the first day. Derivative oscillator losing momentum. Price percent oscillators kinked over, headed down. What are we going to see in that 4-hour chart? What you would expect, some big down movement, first in the morning and then a little bit of a recovery in the afternoon. Crossover, well, it never crossed over going up. It just bounced off the red signal line, but strong down movement. And again, keep your eye on things on TLT and see if it does make a recovery. But again, derivative oscillator gaining momentum, price percent oscillator headed down. Keep in mind, of course, that on 20-year bonds, you've got a confirmed up move on that weekly chart, and you also have one on that 2-day chart, but it's losing some real power there. So watch, keep your powder dry, and we'll see how that continues to move along throughout the course of the week. Lastly, we go to gold. Gold was down 0.05%. Now remember, gold has been in a confirmed down move and continues to move that way. Past week was up a little bit, and of course we've now started this week off with some strong down movement. Well, the Heiken Ashi candlestick shows that. Derivative oscillator is pretty much flat. Price percent oscillator is heading down, but again, for the day, gold was just down 0.05%. But that's where it's supposed to be headed. Our weekly and 2-day and confirmed down moves. We're setting up for a third down candle on the 2-day chart. We'll wait and see how that actually plays out, and if we continue to see confirmed down movement there. Derivative oscillator losing downward momentum. Price percent oscillator is pretty much flat on that 2-day chart. And lastly, on the 4-hour chart, what do we see? Well, we see that, of course, it crossed over going down. That was your jumping in point. We talked about that on Friday in the afternoon, and things again continued to tick down nicely, as we would suspect after the rollback and the crossover going down with both the weekly and the 2-day and confirmed down moves. Folks, that's where we are. Again, hope that you are filling out your daily market worksheets each and every day, that you filled out your weekly market worksheet over the weekend for Monday, and that when you do your practice trades, you're using that trader's worksheet. We do have trader's journals available. Sold a bunch of those, and we got plenty more available for you. You can find links to both our book, Charting Your Way to Wealth, and the trader's journal, available at the website chartingwealth.com. You'll see it in the show notes at the YouTube channel. And you'll also, those of you who subscribe to our daily market reviews absolutely free, you'll receive that information in your show notes, also in the email that you get. And of course, you're the folks that we send all the special stuff to. Thank you so much for everyone who's purchased the book. And like we said, the short chart training is available for you. We'll be getting that out as soon as we can get it downloaded. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team here at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.